G'day guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again from Down Under with another movie review. Today we are taking a look at the newest release from Lionsgate, starring Jacob Tremblay, Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson and Mandy Patinkin. Based on the novel by R.J. Palacio, it is of course Wonder. Wonder tells the story of Augie, a young boy born with Treacher-Collins syndrome, a condition that has left him with facial deformities. The condition has made Augie self-conscious, and he walks around in day-to-day life wearing an astronaut helmet to hide his scars. The movie follows Augie throughout his first year in a public school after having been homeschooled by his mother for the entirety of his life. It's here that Augie has to face the harsh realities of the real world, something that he's mostly avoided up until this point. He attempts to make friends, all the while facing torment from bullies, as he simply just tries to fit in with everyone else. I really didn't know too much about this movie going into it, so I sort of walked into the cinema with fresh eyes. The movie has been marketed as a sort of indie dramedy sort of feature, you know, one of those cross-hybrid comedy drama movies, but I'm not sure if that's sort of the best way to describe this movie. Yes, this is a heartwarming and touching story with lots of bright, optimistic sparks and beautiful little touches of humor, but I think to call it a comedy is sort of a discredit to the movie itself. The movie is most certainly a drama. It is a light-hearted drama at that, but sort of to get to the light-hearted moments, we have to go through a lot of really, really heavy stuff. This movie, it's very confronting. Not because of the character's condition, but because of the way the character is treated by society because of that condition. In a short space of 113 minutes, we are dragged completely into Augie's headspace and really made to feel sympathy for him. Again, not because of his condition, but the way that people are making him feel because of it. This movie sort of zigzags between a bunch of different character perspectives, not only helping us see the world through Augie's eyes, but helping us see how Augie's world affects and touches those around him. This is absolutely a sob fest from beginning to end, so don't forget to bring your tissues because you will be reaching for these constantly throughout the movie. It is a very sad movie, but at the same time, it's so touching and heartwarming and life-affirming that between tears of sadness are tears of immense joy. Jacob Tremblay is absolutely amazing in this movie. For a young kid, he is a really spectacular performer. I only watched Room recently and he was fantastic in that. And he just completely ups his game in Wonder. I mean, he is almost unrecognizable in the makeup and his performance that he delivers is just so heart-wrenching and heart-touching and heartwarming. You sort of wonder how such a young child can harness such emotions in a performance like this. Absolute props to Jacob Tremblay. He's wonderful in this movie. Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson are really good in this too. I don't feel like they have a lot of screen time in this. From the outset, they sort of feel like a mismatched pair, but I think they actually have a quite decent chemistry on the screen. At least for the screen time that they get together, it is passable, it's plausible, and I think they did a very good job with what they had to work with. Mandy Patinkin in this, his role is sort of even smaller. He plays the principal of the school, but he is brilliant. He's always been a brilliant performer, and I think his role in this really is one of the most touching parts of the movie, and one of the absolute highlights of the movie for me. This movie is superbly directed by Steven Chbosky, who previously directed Perks of Being a Wallflower. So if you have seen Perks of Being a Wallflower, sort of imagine that style, but where the characters are much, much younger. I absolutely love Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I think Wonder is a wonderful follow-up to that movie. Marcelo Zarvos delivers a beautiful, touching score in this movie. It's sort of the kind of score you'd imagine from an independent feature, really heavy on the piano, and just really, it's beautiful, and the soundscape that it creates just really helps draw you into the movie and just really spurs on all those emotions that are boiling up throughout this story again. This is a movie that's so based on your own emotions and what you're feeling for the character in this film, and not just Augie, but all the characters around him as well, because everyone in this movie is sort of affected and touched in a very, very, very different way, whether it be his parents or his sister or his bullies or his friends. Everyone sort of has their own story, and I feel like it's important to understand all the different perspectives of a story like this. It's a very, very important story, and I think it's something that really needs to be told, it needs to be seen. I believe if you have kids, you should take your kids to see this movie, because this really is something that everyone should see and maybe learn a little bit about themselves or the other people around them, or maybe they know someone who has a similar condition or just any kind of condition at all. I feel like this movie has touched me in a way that not a lot of movies can manage. I feel like it's the most touching movie I've seen in a very long time. I feel like I felt a real resonance with this movie. I was sort of given a really hard time myself throughout primary school and sort of into high school as well. It's not something I ever really let get to me. I'm sort of a kind of a strong-willed person, but sort of watching someone be bullied in the way that this character is bullied sort of brings up a lot of sort of real raw emotions, and I feel like that helped me sort of sympathize with him more. It sort of helped me connect with him more, that sort of feeling of, you know, buddy, I know what it's like, and it does get better. I felt like I just had such a really strong connection to this character, and I feel like a lot of people are going to, whether it be because they have been bullied themselves, or maybe they have perhaps bullied other people, or have watched other people be bullied. I think in the end, it does make for a very heartwarming story. So what rating would I give this movie? I would give this movie 4 astronaut helmets out of 5. Really, guys, you do need to go and see this movie. I think it's very important. Take whoever you can with you, because the more people that see this movie, I feel the better this world will be. So that rounds up my review. Thank you to my friends over at Village Roadshow for providing me with in-season passes to check out Wonder. If you're a first-time viewer of my channel and you've liked today's review and you'd like to keep up to date with all of my reviews going forward, then please, after the jump, give me some support and hit subscribe. To all my regular viewers out there, thank you once again for joining me, and to absolutely everybody out there, I hope I'll see you again soon. Until next time though, guys, take care, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Join the movement inspired by the story Wonder, and join Australia and New Zealand to choose kind. How do you choose kind? It's simple. Just sign the pledge and make a conscious decision to be kinder in life. Or you can take kindness to the next level and accept the Choose Kind challenge. Follow these easy instructions. Choose your vessel. Stick the label on. Choose your token. One kind act equals one token. Fill up your vessel. Full details at choosekind.org.au. Become part of the story of Wonder. In cinemas November 30.